I'm John Sinclair, and I'm here at the studio, and Sam came in and we were working on his kinematic sequence and noticed that it was off, and he had some injuries before, and he's been working with Jeff, and we decided to try the orange whip to see what we could do with the kinematic sequence, and we found that it was tremendous and it worked immediately, one swing.
John, why is the kinematic sequence so important to a golfer like Sam?
Well, the kinematic sequence is the efficiency of the golf swing, and most golfers are a little bit out of balance, a little bit off. They may fire their shoulders first or their arms first, and what we need the kinematic sequence to is to fire in order to transfer the power all the way to the head of the golf club.
Great. I think it's a special interest for someone like a medical professional that's been working with Sam, you know, to be able to utilize that type of a technology to see how the physical limitations and weaknesses in your body are linking to that golf swing.
I agree. From having some success playing in the past and also struggling with some injuries in my swing and trying to rehab these things and get it all going together again, I have found very limited success and a lot of difficulty trying to fix these problems through the position-oriented method or trying different theories. I found a lot of work ends up with really no change. And when I swing the orange whip, the counterweighting and flexibility in this shaft make me feel things that tune it all in. And when we watch on the video, I'm not even thinking, and 3, 4, 5 things are improving in my swing. It's really quite amazing. And so I find that now I'm starting to practice with the orange whip with my eyes closed, and that's even taking it to a new level. I'm even more aware of what might threaten my balance and what I'm feeling throughout the swing, and it's really exciting. I feel like I'm starting to get my swing back here.
I think the reports that we found using these technology here at John Center have really shown how you're linking your body better, and it's going to be exciting to show the end user how to use the orange whip and the type of system and programming that we developed for you.
That's exactly right, and I find it happen to almost every golfer that tries it. It's really fun, and so
You'll see the results in one swing. From any student that I've had in here, we hand them the orange whip, and in one swing, their swing improves, and it's completely makes my job easier just to explain how their body moves, and they can feel it, and it's just been the greatest thing.
it sure is. Yeah, I've noticed that our balance is an innate thing. It's involuntary, and when the golfer makes common mistakes with this orange whip, me included, it really exaggerates that loss of balance. And I find myself and the other golfers find themselves instinctively finding a swing that doesn't threaten their balance. And all these great things happen. So it's really wonderful.
You
What a
can't hardly swing it wrong, can you?
I can't. As a matter of fact, I remember Jim Hardy trying it, and when he was testing it, he was trying to make it go wrong in every way he could think.
Yep.
And that's what made him go, wow.
And from a body perspective, I think it really challenges the system and forces you to link your body and use the systems properly and to move and become more efficient in your golf swing.
That's exactly what we found. I move so well with this and so efficient, I can swing it 300 times in a day and not be sore the next day. But the way I'd been swinging in the past 8 years, out of sync, and boy, 18 holes of golf, which might have 30-something swings in it, I'm sore the next morning. So I'm really excited about where I'm going with training myself with the orange whip.
Well, let's try this. Let's let the end user actually see the graphs, and we'll kind of talk about what we actually saw and why your biomechanics and why you're linking your body better. And then we'll get into some important drills and exercises that can be done with the product.
Okay, what we're going to show you is the kinematic sequence, the efficiency of Sam's golf swing when he arrived and then when he took one swing with the orange whip. This is a 3D sequence of the body, and what we're going to show you first is the hips are the lower line, the upper shoulders, upper thoracic shoulders are the second line, and the arms is the third line, the blue one, and then the club face and the club head is the fourth one. And you can see when Sam came in, his top of his golf swing, which is right here, he came in and he was separated. Everything was moving at different times, okay? And his kinematic sequence is off. His arms fired first, his shoulders fired second, and his hips fired third, and we want that completely in reverse. He took one swing with the orange whip, and you can see the upper graph here where he started at the top of his swing, everything started together, all the horses left the gate, so to speak, at the same time, and his kinematic sequence increased dramatically. His efficiency as a golf swing, his club head speed is going to improve when this happens, and the centeredness of hit is going to happen. So you can see that his hips fired first, his shoulder second, and his arms third, and then the club head speed went up dramatically. Now I want y'all to take a look at the action of the two videos, one without the orange whip with the golf club before the orange whip, and then the one up here with the orange whip. So we're going to show you the action. Go ahead and start this one. And then watch his golf swing. You're going to see his hips fire out first. There they go. And a lot of inconsistency in that golf swing. Okay, now we're going to show you what happens with the orange whip in motion. Go ahead and fire that one. You can see that already the takeaway is much more connected. Watch at the top of the swing. Watch all of that start to go together. It comes down and fires and whips right through. So you're going to see a dramatic difference in both of those swings. And let's show you what Sam was doing before that you saw in the 3D models, and then we'll show you how the orange whip's going to improve that, and Jeff will go over that. So go ahead and take a back swing. What he was doing is he'd come through and you saw him, he'd hold back here and go ahead and fire your hips like you were, and he would go and this would all leave, and you can see it stick his club right behind him, and he had really had to make up a lot with his arms and hands.
Ooh, yeah,
So,
that yucky slap.
Yeah, a little slap on the ball. So what this is going to do is we'll say, I came into Jeff and I said, Jeff, you know, he's out of here, you know, what muscles can we do to help him improve? You know, and get his body all to start, go ahead and start all the same way, like you do now. And get everything firing together.
Yeah, I'd say, John, the interesting thing is when we took Sam through our physical assessments is we really found some weak links on this left side of your body. The shoulder, through the trunk on the right side, and then the left hip, which is very important for you to be able to get through the golf swing and stabilize and control and get to a proper position for you to work your golf swing from transition to impact and through the finish of your golf swing. So we found some weaknesses, some areas that were kind of broken down from all your years on tour and playing at a high level. And the interesting thing is once we start working on these things and we combine that training with some of the things we do with the orange whip, the results were quite remarkable.
All comes together for me. The exercises I'm doing are great rehab for my injured areas and getting my movement patterns back. And then when I get that orange whip, I've got my core firing on time, my swing coming together all at once. It really comes right together.